1 plus 1, 10 times 10. What about 110 times 15 divided by 4 minus 18 plus 98? Ha ha! I catch you now. I'll tell you the answer later. I'm mathematics crazy today as it's the start of Mathematics Week 2016, which continues until Friday. So on the show today, we will be looking at the activities in Train to Improve students' aptitude for the subject. On Issues and Answers, Executive Director of the Heart Trust NTA, Dr. Wesley Hughes, is back, talking about critical matters such as training for unattached youth. Then later, highlights from the country's biggest event last week, the swearing-in ceremony of the Prime Minister of Jamaica, Andrew Holness. I'm Adrian Atkinson. We have a great show lined up for you, so grab a pencil and paper, no calculator, and work out the mathematics question. 110 times 15 divided by 4 minus 18 plus 98. Stick with us.
Got animation skills? Then come on out to Kingston 2016 and show off your talent. It's March 12 and 13 at the Edna Manley College of the Visual and Performing Arts. There will be amazing prizes, a film festival, animation competitions, seminars, and pitch competitions. Come and learn from the best local and international animation experts and engage investors in speed meetings. Kingston 2016, March 12 and 13. Put on by the Ministry of Science, Technology, Energy and Mining. Key partners include the World Bank, Caribbean Development Bank, Jampro, Toon Boom, TV Paint Development, Wacom, Eziram, the Jamaica Information Service, and Edna Manley College of the Visual and Performing Arts.
Executive Director of the Heart Trust NTA, Dr. Wesley, has a lot to tell us about the development of our workforce. So he's back, providing critical answers to how unattached youth, logistics workers, and other groups can gain valuable training through the institution. Take a look.
Thanks for joining us for Issues and Answers. I'm Ian Boyne. We continue our discussion with the Executive Director of the Heart Trust NTA, Dr. Wayne Wesley. The Heart Trust NTA has a number of innovative programs which are touching the lives of many Jamaicans. This is a very important institution, and its Executive Director tells us not only what is being done, but what is in the offing. We thank you so much for your company. Good to have you back, Dr. Wesley. The tourism and hospitality sector has been booming, and your organization has been a part of that growth. What have you been doing? What has been your contribution in that area?
Thanks again, Ian, for having me. As the National Training Agency, we are actually coordinating a national effort right now, the National Strategic Response to the announcement about the expansion in the hospitality and tourism industry. And so we have taken the lead. We have brought several partners together from universities, the community colleges, from the teachers' colleges, CASE, and even GC Foster College, because we're looking at the entire area for development and the workforce that is required. Through that partnership, we are now developing a program that will see several thousand persons being trained to take advantage of the opportunities that are coming in that regard. So right now we are working on the standards. In fact, what we are doing now, we recognize that a lot of these foreigners that are coming, when they come and look at the workforce, they need to understand what that workforce is and recognize it for the certification. And so the program we are developing now will not only give our local certification in NVQJ, but we are also looking at internationally recognized certification that will readily put our workforce at a global competitive advantage in meeting the hospitality sector. And so right now we have been partnering already with Culinary Institute of America to make sure the executive chefs are ready. We are looking at some others now for the housekeeping, for the tourism management, for the recreational and events planning group, the cultural aspect of what is required. We are also looking at expanding training in the agricultural sector, because with this many rooms coming on and many visitors we are expecting, then we expect our local agricultural sector to move in that particular direction as well. It's going to have implications for our manufacturing sector, so we're looking at programs in that regard. Our construction sector, in fact, the first group of individuals that will almost immediately benefit from this boom is the construction workers, and we are making sure that we have those persons ready and waiting to make use of the opportunities that are coming, take advantage of those opportunities.
And you're doing training also in preparation for those who will be working in logistics.
The logistics, we are doing some work. We're looking at crane operation. This is where we would partner with like the CMI to help us to make that happen. Crane operation, we are looking at distribution, transportation, and logistics, what is required there, because the concept of the logistic hub will require all sort of individuals, not only in transportation and logistics, but also in hospitality, restaurant services, because all of these services will now become necessary based on the expansion that will happen in that regard. So we are looking at training individuals to take advantage of those opportunities. I know Excelsior Community College is actually working now with some logistics program in partner with us and all of that. So, yes.
And the model of development that you are pursuing is an inclusive one, so that
Precisely.
persons with disabilities, for example, will not be left out.
I'm happy you went there, Ian, because that's one of the things that we pride ourselves on, being an all-inclusive organization, not excluding anyone. In fact, over the last couple of years, we have been having several interventions to treat with the persons with disability. A couple of years ago, we graduated about 13 persons in massage therapy level 3 from our Hart College of Beauty Services. Last year, we graduated 8 persons with disability in customer service level 1. Currently, we are training early childhood practitioners to treat with persons with disability to ensure that they can handle and treat with those individuals. We have right now, currently over by the Hart College of Construction Services, we have about 12 persons or 15 persons in training doing domestic consumer electronics at the level 2 level. So we have worked also with the Abilities Foundation in training persons in customer service, cabinet making, housekeeping, all persons with disabilities. So we are making sure that they too can make a positive contribution towards the development of this country.
The Heart Trust NTA working in your interest. Its Executive Director, Dr. Wayne Wesley, is with us. We'll take a break, but we'll be right back.
Nutritious food, succulent dishes, superior workmanship, and excellent service. Jamaica is on the go. Let's grow what we eat and eat what we grow. Let's harness the indomitable spirit of our most valued resource, our people. Let's support our local businesses. After all, buying Jamaican means building Jamaica. Original.
Executive Director of the Heart Trust NTA, Dr. Wayne Wesley, is our guest on Issues and Answers. The resuscitated apprenticeship program, let's talk about that and its importance.
Yes. One of the things that when we recognize the data coming out of Stating about the number of persons not trained and unemployed and all of that, we recognize that one way to sort of reduce that number is to expand our on-the-job training program, and the apprenticeship program is one such model. It was revitalized last year. To date, we have nearly 1,000 persons engaged in the apprenticeship program. I was told just before coming here that we have another 200 persons processing that will come on stream almost immediately to give persons an opportunity to learn while on the job. So that apprenticeship program is going. I will take this opportunity, however, Ian, to make an appeal to employers to really seek to take on the apprenticeship and to partner with us. In the first instance, we are assisting with the stipend, but I think organizations that can assist with the stipend need to begin to work with us. We will come in to ensure the certification of these individuals after 1 or 2 years, depending on the level that they are pursuing. But right now we are taking on the bulk of the responsibility in terms of placing them and actually paying the stipend. But we'd love for more of the employers out there to come on and be a part of this exciting initiative to ensure that our young people are meaningfully engaged. But we are pushing ahead, and so to date we have almost over 1,000 persons being placed in our apprenticeship program.
And some of these persons are kept on by the organization.
By the organization, because one of the things you would recognize is that for this modality of training, the person is not just getting the theory, but the person is also understanding and adding value and understanding how your business operates. So once that person is fully trained, you don't necessarily want to lose that individual because it's going to impact on your productivity. And this person already being there would immediately begin to improve the productivity of that particular company. In addition to what we're doing for persons, we have launched last year our National Unattached Youth Program, which to date we have placed over 3,200 individuals in various programs right across the country. It is actually within approximately 31 communities as we speak.
How that program works?
That program, what we do is to seek first to identify those persons within communities who are not currently engaged. So we call them unattached.
So you seek them, yeah.
We seek them in
People
partnership with community.
Organizations can also contact you.
Right, and even the constituency leaders can always come and say, we have these young people within our constituency who we think would benefit from an intervention. We'll come, make an assessment, and we put them on 3 paths, depending on the assessment. Either they're also placed on the apprenticeship program, so they're meaningfully engaged while being paid a stipend. If they're needing of assistance to get up there in terms of their numeracy and literacy, we put them on the pre-tech program that will allow them to gain the requisite skills to move out. And then some of them are placed on our SLTOP, our School Leavers Training Opportunity Program, that place them in firms for them to work while studying at the same time and obtaining certification. And this is going quite well.
And you have placed over 3,000 persons?
3,200 to date, and I think before this financial year is over, we'll place a further 500 or so, because I think our target is about 4,600.
You're working with inmates also?
Yes. Again, we see every single individual in Jamaica having the potential to be positive individuals within society. And we have not left out the correctional services. And in fact, we have been working with Fort Augusta. We have trained over 19 persons there in bead jewelry making, as well as their officers to deliver that training. We have worked with the St. Catherine Correctional Center. I think we train about 24 persons in customer service and some other areas there, allowing them to receive certification. And not only that, you'll be amazed to know that we have also been exposing them to entrepreneurship, so that once you leave incarceration or this area, you can come out and begin to start your own business and be a positive influence on society, rather than continuing to be of concern to those who, put them in prison in the first place. So, but we are looking at ensuring that they have what it takes to come back and reintegrate in society in a positive way.
For the next financial year, what are some of the things that the Heart Trust NTA is thinking of introducing?
Well, for the next financial year, we are continuing with a lot of what we're doing. We're going to be coming on with some new mobile labs in energy, renewable energy, as well as heavy-duty equipment operation. Because we recognize that a lot of persons within the country, the port is not just Kingston, the port is also Montego Bay and Ocho Rios, and so we are looking at what we can do to ensure those persons are properly trained. We are looking at our own certification structure now, because we recognize that we need to deal with the workforce on the job training. And yes, our flagship program is the National Vocational Qualification of Jamaica, but we are coming with Job Cert that recognizes individuals of what they are currently doing in industry and how that can be certified in some way to be recognized, as well as coming down even further with smaller units to give an award, a recognizable award. But what is peculiar about this is that each award will be a stepping stone towards the full NVQJ. So persons can proceed at their own pace. Regardless of where you are in society, we are saying the avenue must be there for you to excel, and the Heart Trust NTA is providing that ladder.
So that's the driving philosophy.
The driving philosophy.
No matter where you are, you can move, and the facility will be given for your advancement.
Precisely. And as you mentioned that, I mean, another big announcement that is coming is us partnering with the Jamaica Foundation for lifelong learning. As we said, the Heart Trust NTA institution, we are bursting at the seams, and so it's capacity and partnerships that will help us to expand. And our partnership with the Jamaica Foundation for Lifelong Learning will help us to treat it with a lot of these individuals who would not normally come in, but in getting to the Jamaica Foundation for Lifelong Learning, you can get up to the entry requirement for the Heart Trust NTA, and then you can proceed either getting your full high school diploma or pursuing any of the national vocational qualification we offer.
And you have a scholarship program. We only have half a minute.
Yes, we have a scholarship program called Assistance coming up next year. Once that program is rolled out, persons who are seeking to pursue areas in TVET and STEM subjects will be given scholarship to move on. Not to say last year, Ian, we actually removed tuition payment from all our level 3 programs. That's like a giving up of $100 million that persons can now pursue our programs without being charged a tuition fee.
So much information from this program. You really have made a significant difference at the Heart Trust NTA. You really have brought quality leadership there. The Executive Director of the Heart Trust NTA, Dr. Wayne Wesley, telling us of the exciting programs and initiatives of that organization. Stay tuned to us. We give you the information that is useful to your lives. Next week I'll be back. Until then, Ian Bourne wishing you a pleasant day.
The media landscape is awash with commercials offering a variety of loans, but consumers be cautious about these seemingly attractive deals. Loan companies sometimes practice over-lending to consumers and impose excessive fees and onerous contract terms. If you are seeking a loan, try to approach reputable organizations like banks and credit unions. Consider these points before you borrow: the purpose of the loan, the terms and conditions including the type of interest and the associated processing fees, the period for repayment, and other non-interest related charges. If you think a loan offer is misleading or false, contact the Consumer Affairs Commission. Call 906-5425, 906-8568, or 906-0813. They're located at 34 Trafalgar Road, Kingston 10.
A man who has applied great analytical skills, learned from the practice of mathematics and other subjects, is Jamaica's Prime Minister, Andrew Holness. For the second time in our nation's history, he received the instrument of appointment as Prime Minister last week. Up next, highlights of the colourful ceremony.
Like a rectangle, oh oh, look at me now, look at me now, oh, look at me now. And me just tell you my life, when them used to go round me, go round, no one used to come round me. My life was so lonely. Look at me now, look at me now.
And so it was. A dream became reality.
You see when you see me.
I read the Constitution of Jamaica by His Excellency the Governor General. To Mr. Andrew Michael Holness, MP, greeting. Whereas the office of the Prime Minister is vacant, now therefore, I, Patrick Linton Allen, Governor General of Jamaica, in exercise of the power conferred on me by subsection 1 of section 70 of the Constitution of Jamaica, do hereby appoint you, being a member of the House of Representatives, to be Prime Minister. Given under my hand and the broad seal of Jamaica at King's House, this 3rd day of March in the year of our Lord 2016, and the 65th year of the reign of Her Majesty, Queen Elizabeth II.
My dream, my dream, my dream, my dream, my dream.
Chief Justice, the Honourable Azalea McCallow, now performing the act seems a little bit challenging. It's pretty heavy, but she has been quite successful in getting this done with a very pleasant smile and Smile being returned. Slight bend of the head. The left arm going through. Well-rehearsed activity.
I pledge to serve the people of Jamaica faithfully, with all my energies, all my heart, mind, and soul. I stand here today happy to represent the voice, vision, vote, and victory of Jamaica. We may have different voices and different votes on similar visions. Regardless of our differences, Jamaica was victorious at the general elections. With this mandate, there is no majority for arrogance. There is no space for selfishness. There is no place for pettiness. There is no room for complacency. And there is no margin for error. To achieve the vision of shared prosperity through inclusive economic growth and meaningful job creation, now more than ever, government must lead, activate, empower, and build real partnerships. I intend to lead a government of partnership.
We want to welcome the presence of the Lord in this place. Thank you, Jesus. Great is thy faithfulness, oh God, my Father. See, there is no shadow of turning with thee. Thou changest not, thy compassion, they fail not. Yes, Lord. Great is thy faithfulness, my God, Lord, unto me. Mighty God, I bless you. I saw my friends in the morning, they called from an equal gate. They'll know what time is burning forward before it's late.
Look at me now, where them treat me less than good. Put me in a box like a rectangle. Oh, oh, look at me now. Look at me now. Look at me now. I'm gonna tell you my life. Where them used to go round me, go round. No one used to come round me. My life was so lonely. Look at me now. Look at me now. Wait now. Look at me now. Your blessing just a flow over. This ya copia and a cover. Cha-cha soldier. From board house to sidewalk to leather sofa. Them say me living like a Cosa Nostra. No sir. Me no mix up in a coca. Marijuana no dust to the nose ya. I no powder, not a obia. Can't get over. Oh no way. Look at me now. Where them treat me less than gold. Put me in a box like a rectangle. Oh oh. Look at me now. Oh. Look at me now. Oh. Look at me now. I'm here tell you my life. Where them used to go round me, go round. No one used to come round me. My life was so lonely. Look at me now. Look at me now.
So what's the answer you got to the mathematics problem? If you got 492.5, you're correct. Mark it with a ticky. We must not be intimidated by mathematics because once conquered, we're set for greatness as it improves mental ability. Next, the plans for increasing national mathematics proficiency.
Submarine, you know.
I have the pocket 6,000.
60,000.
Yeah.
How much I want?
Yeah, man, 2 base I want.
Man, no one else. Yeah, man. Same.
Rich.
Alright,
What one, cat?
You don't know, I sit downtown the other day there. Oh. All the brethren, them man, we buy and sell marina. One of them I sell a 6-pack for $1,000 and the next one I sell one for $200.
So where buy?
Buy 5 of them for $1,000. Think them can't rob me.
So Uncle Fancy is the same $1,000 you would spend to get the 6? Seriously?
Tell them again now, my math brains.
Math count.
Math count.
And that's the theme for National Mathematics Week 2016, which runs from March 6 to 11. The week, first celebrated in 2013, is part of the Ministry of Education's effort to improve the performance of students in mathematics. It's being done through the National Mathematics Program, which has 2 main objectives.
The first, to improve teacher and teaching quality at the primary, secondary and the tertiary level. And the second, to improve the attitudes to the teaching and learning of mathematics, with particular focus on increasing the awareness of the Jamaican population to the relevance and the importance of mathematics.
Math Week has become an annual fixture on the calendar of the Education Ministry. This year, it's bigger and better, with even more activities. On Tuesday, March 8th, there will be a major workshop for a select group of principals and teachers.
We looked at the data last year for grade 4. We found that despite the general upward movement, these schools were still struggling. They either had not moved or had some slight fall off. So we've targeted those principals and teachers for this special workshop.
The workshop will feature a math specialist from Singapore and is being done in partnership with Book Merchant Limited, the local representative for Scholastic Singapore.
Scholastic Singapore is the company that we're working with to introduce Scholastic Prime Mathematics to Jamaica. It's a Singapore math-based program that we introduced about 3 years ago. It is now on the recommended list. The ministry has reviewed it. The schools are using it. We see it as a game changer.
Game changer, as it will show teachers how to break down difficult math concepts and help students to better grasp those concepts. For Math Week 2016, there will also be a Math Teacher of the Year award ceremony done in partnership with Jamaica National.
We're invested in education in a huge way. And then of course we sponsor the Teacher of the Year award because we believe that math is important.
But the major highlight for the week is the annual National Mathematics Expo on Thursday, March 10. It's being held on the grounds of the old library at the University of the West Indies, Mona, starting at 9 a.m. Thousands of primary and high school students, along with scores of educators and other stakeholders, will be in attendance.
This has been the main event for Math Week. We've grown from roughly about 3,000 students in the first year in 2013. Last year we just got to about 6,000 students and teachers attending the expo. We have expanded to about 47 exhibits this year with a number of other activities to engage the students in throughout the day. And our main aim through the expo is to engage students in learning math and doing things that are mathematically based, that are fun and interesting. We're trying to fight against that general perception that math is boring and drab, and try to engage students in a way that brings about enjoyment.
We're really not aiming to make it so much a teaching experience as much as an experience where 5 years from now they can look back and remember a day when they were excited about mathematics. And it's about changing the culture, changing the attitude, having them believe that the math that they're doing in the classroom, that they're struggling to see the relevance of, there is that this math is being used in the world of work out there.
There is always an easier way to math, there's an easier way to look at it, and you can relate the strategies to things in daily life.
The talk about math has to change in Jamaica. We have to stop making it seem like something from out of space and impossible, because our children buy into that. Continue to spread the message that math counts.
Before we go, think on this. Everyone thinks of changing the world, but no one thinks of changing himself. For more information on our new Prime Minister Andrew Holness or the current plans of the Heart Trust NTA, click on our webpage, jis.gov.jm. We're also on YouTube, Twitter and Facebook, so log on and stay in the know. In the meantime, I'm Adrian Atkinson. Do take care.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.